got this one knocked out late in the morning, or late last night, early in the morning, however you want to call that. This is one of my pilot dials, and this pilot dial actually kind of has a nice reflection of, so straight on, it kind of has that just silverish and kind of darkish, I don't know, darkish gray kind of look to it. But once you hit it in the light, you can see that it is more of like an anodized pink, which is super cool. So once it hits that light, it looks really awesome. So pilot dial, um, silver handset on there, full silver handset. Then we did a brushed case on there. And the nice thing about the brushed case is if you ever nick that brushed case, you can take Scotch-Brite, use the green side, and just brush the scratch in all the way around. So just do one pass. Then we did a silver bezel, one that has full accents, so somewhat of a continuation of what's there on the dial. And then did one of my star crowns on there. Thought that was appropriate to kind of go with this military-esque watch. We did a large window exhibition case back on this, stainless steel movement holder in there, and a nice new silver rotor. And oh, there we go. It's like, why wasn't that turning? It's turning. It's turning just fine. All right, so stainless steel rotor in there. And then we've got this on one of my Italian leather ammo pouch style Italian leathers. So this has off-white stitching on it here and there. And then I have my little logo branded on there. And then on the brushed clasp as well. Same thing on the clasp. If you were naked, just brush it straight down. And you'll put that back in. That scratch will just blend it in. So that's the build, man. Hope you guys like it. I thought it looks pretty killer. So it looks pretty standard until you hit it in that light. And then it's got an awesome pop of color to it. So hopefully Aaron likes it in person. I think you will. I think it came out pretty awesome. So let's go over the watch. So all these watches, this bezel is held on with a tension ring. So you can turn it left and you can turn it right. I just make them a little bit tighter. And it is pretty, you won't just bump it and spin it. So put it on a little bit tighter for you. So no clicking involved. This is an automatic mechanical, so you can wind it and you can wear it and you can put it in a watch winder to keep time. But if it is dead or you're not going to be very active and you want to make sure you don't lose time, wind it up just a little bit. And how you do that is you back the crown off the threads so you hear it and feel it clicking. You can see you're off the threads and you can feel it clicking in your hands. You can hear it clicking. A wind is a turn away from you. If you go backwards, it doesn't do anything, but it's a lot easier to keep that spacing and go back and forth. So if you do this for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, just aggressive like this, you will keep time through the day. But if you do it for something closer to 15-20 seconds, you're going to max out your 31 plus hour power reserve. And you can't ever wind it, so you can do this all day. And this is what I do to make sure it's running. Because I'm not wearing around the watch, I just come check on it the next day. Make sure it's keeping time. When you pull it to the one and only click, you will see and feel your wobble crown. There's a little bit of flexing there on that crown. It's going to deflect lateral pressure from going into the stem into the movement. So when you're pushing and prying on it, you're not putting anything into that stem and into the movement. So then at that point, you can set your time. So one thing I do with this is I kind of pull back as I'm setting the time. Because if you let it fall back down into that winding section, now you're not winding it and you're not setting it. Okay, because you got a clutch system in there. You can go from winding it to setting it, but you can't go from setting it back to winding it. You have to screw it all the way back down to reset the clutch. So I just make sure I'm good by pulling on it a little bit and keeping that tension there. So it'll make sense when you have it. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 1:21 p.m.
1:21 p.m. Also, it makes it nice and easy to push right back over and screw down. So that is how that works, sir. So that is the build as a whole. As always, it comes with matching beads, and the wife was actually able to find something with some nice pinks in it that actually went with it really well. So I thought, dude, good work. I did not even realize we had anything like that. So beads come with it. This will just have one of my special edition custom boxes that'll come in. It will come with a couple things. Watch cleaner. This is good on all glass and metal parts, so everything there in the middle, non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue. You're going to have some leather conditioner. This is to keep this Italian leather strap perfect. If it ever is starting to get rough against your skin, like on the back side of it, or you want it to be more pliable, put it on there, let it soak in, remove any excess. A little bit will go a long way. So you'll see when you put it on there, it will just wipe right on. And then lastly, you're going to have some fine scratch remover. This is an acrylic glass, and you can scratch it, but if you do, no worries. Put a tiny bit of this on there. Buff against it using your included microfiber. I do not have one with a pink logo or a brown logo. But buff against it, fill in that scratch, and generate some heat with your thumb to kind of solidify that real quick. Only use what you need, because the rest of it can't go anywhere other than soak up into the rag. It's only filling up that scratch. So those will also be in the box. And that's it, man. I hope you guys like it. I think it turned out pretty killer. It looks very classy. But then when that light hits it, I think it just kind of takes it to another level. So if you don't know that it's there, you might not notice it just in the regular, in the regular light. Like right now, you can't tell that that's pink. You can't tell that that's pink at all, right? Nah, you're kind of getting into some light right there. You can kind of see it. But straight on, it kind of looks like it's silver, doesn't it? So, I don't know. I think it's pretty awesome. I'm glad he picked it, because I've had it for a minute, and I've shown a couple people, and neither of them jumped on it. I'm like, man, I did a blue one a while back, and I was like, that blue one looks killer. And once, somebody saw it, they're like, okay. So I think this pink turned out kick-ass, man. So I'm glad he grabbed it. And that's the build. I hope you guys like it. If you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out, and I will see what I can do for you. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe, as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.